Welcome back to another episode of Suburban Sex. We are finally back. It's been a long road. We've had some holidays. We've had life, a lot of life happen. And yet here we are. And the four of us, Addie and Brad, of course, Hot Tub Brad, and Remy and Reagan is back with us tonight. We're all back together again. Our sweet little group again, and here we are ready to tackle suburban sex. So welcome back.
Season 2.
We did it. Yes. Welcome back to 2025.
Has it been that long? Yeah, I guess it has, hasn't it?
It really has. It's been a hot minute. We had holidays and a new year, and a few months into the new year, we've really taken our sweet ass time to get back into this whole thing. But
we've had a lot of life that's gone on.
We're a quarter into this puppy.
So a lot of listeners have missed out on a lot.
I know. So let's catch them up a little bit, okay? And y'all had the biggest life changes, so maybe we start with you. What on earth has happened?
Back in the good state of Texas. So
woo.
We're going to miss the cooler weather of LA, but hey, man, we're around some good people.
Reagan's like, nah.
It's funny. I actually kind of migrated back. Reagan was back here already, literally like a couple weeks before the fires. So
oh my
I
God,
was
yeah.
spared that, and obviously that was a big deal for the city of LA, and I've been blessed that I wasn't in the middle of it all. So
yeah, thank goodness. And so Reagan, you came back.
Yeah, so we came back last summer with the girls, and it just kind of was a wild ride because Remy was going back and forth to California. I was here with the girls. I started a new job. There was just a lot of new. Definitely happy to be back in Texas with our people. But yeah, it's been a long and winding road. But I think we're coming to the smooth sailing part of the road.
Yeah,
the cruise
control
part.
We've had 3 of us have had new jobs, which is
3 out of 4.
Wild.
3 out of 4. That is insane. Since our last episode, 3 out of 4 of us have gotten new jobs.
So listeners,
and
we're
like
sorry,
real life jobs.
but real life has happened, and
yeah,
it's not that we didn't want to talk to you.
Right.
We've missed you.
We had big boy and big girl jobs that we have to go back to, along with our momming and dadding as well. But yeah, holy shit, that was a lot. And yeah, y'all moving, Remy, you moving back officially. That had to be tough. You guys were doing the long distance thing for a hot minute just to make sure that you could find the right spot here. And thank goodness you guys are back in Texas, and not only back in Texas, but you're practically our neighbors.
Love that.
We are like 10 minutes away.
You're our closest friend.
I know, which means we're the best.
Aren't we together every
If
weekend?
shit hits the fan,
I don't.
Brad's the first guy I'm calling.
I'm confused.
Brad, come on, help me out.
We have brunch. Oh, he's not helpful.
Not helpful.
Brad, you keep hurting my feelings tonight. What's the
Hey,
deal?
we had a great brunch last weekend, I thought. Lots of mimosas.
I don't understand.
It was the best. Brad, it's time for you to speak. It's time for you to bring back.
What do you have to say for yourself?
Bring back the hot tub Brad.
Hey, everyone. Y'all hear me?
Brad.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me on. Thanks for having the show. It's good to be back.
I'm sorry, Reagan.
Good to be back in the show.
Not
Thank
our
you.
producer.
I didn't get any applause.
Oh, please, everyone, sit down. Please sit down. Sit down.
No F's given from this one over here.
No.
I'm sorry. What was the question?
Exactly.
He didn't even know. Is he listening? This is what I ask on a regular.
No, the answer is always no.
A regular basis. Are you actually listening to this conversation when you're producing it?
You guys, I got a note from our youngest teacher an email on Thursday, and it's a male teacher, and this is going to make sense to everyone, but especially females. And he was like, "Oh, your daughter is getting an award tomorrow." And I would have told you sooner, but I thought it was next week.
Oh.
This is Thursday at 2:00.
Yeah.
Of course he thought it was next week. Of course he did. And I'm looking at Brad and Remy, and they're like, I don't understand what you're saying.
Yeah, they don't get it.
I don't understand. You don't understand. A woman would have told you like a week and a half minimum ahead of time.
Or when they found out.
As soon as they knew.
Yeah.
What preparations were needed to receive this award?
See, that's where his brain goes.
I need to make sure that I can be there to see her get the award, and Thursday at 2:00 is not a ton of lead time.
I was pretty excited about this award till she got it, and it was just a certificate. There was no leg lamp involved. There was nothing. It's just like...
They don't give out leg lamps to children.
They don't. Awesome. Maybe adults.
Yeah.
Maybe, but definitely not.
If you're lucky.
Yeah.
She was the most proactive, which is...
Most proactive, that was the award?
Yeah.
Oh, that's sweet.
For her, that's my favorite award.
That's
for her.
Absolutely.
Like, to be proactive, that's amazing. And helpful and initiative, all that.
That's so sweet. Yeah. I love it. Look at you momming so hard. See, this is the kind of life that's happening between the two seasons of our podcast. This is the kind of shit we got to do. We got to do things to make our kids proactive.
So what's happened for you guys? Just to catch our listeners up.
New job for me. So also have been kind of trying to get into the swing of that. And I had a surgery. So that was also a bit of a blip in my personal life. After 3 kids, I needed some snatching up, kind of get me back to...
No, you didn't. You looked amazing, but you still look amazing.
Thank you, my love. Thank you very much. So I did a little bit of nip and tuck in the November timeframe, and so that of course takes some time to recover from, and I'm still kind of I'm like fully recovered, and I've been very, very lucky that it's been a very smooth surgery process, but it's just, it's still something to get used to. I got the tummy tuck and the boobs, and I think Brad has, like, he's used to all of it at this point. He's ready to go, and yet I'm like, wait, this is my body now? I'm not quite sure I'm comfortable in this body yet. So
really,
yeah, it's very bizarre.
It still feels like foreign.
It still feels foreign.
That's not the right word.
Yeah, it's a very strange thing, and that's honestly been the biggest surprise to me at this point. Like, you would think that I'd be like, oh my God, this is amazing. I'm just gonna I want to have sex all the time, and I feel like that's what Brad wanted as well, but that is not.
Of course it is.
Of course it is. We know this. This is why we're talking about it on a podcast. But yeah, no, I feel like I'm still trying to get used to it, and like trying to get to a point where I feel like it's me. And I don't quite have the full comfort that I expected, but maybe it'll come.
Now, is it mostly mental or emotional, or is it like a physical response? I mean, just trying to understand exactly what you mean.
Yeah, no physical response, because I am very lucky. Certainly there are places like, I mean, a tummy tuck, just to speak about it openly and verbally and, transparently. Tummy tuck is like hip to hip. They have cut into your body. So certainly in like between that area, the hip to hip space, very numb still. It doesn't hurt. Nothing hurts. I'm very lucky. But I've got a scar that goes from one end to the other, and it just feels like nothing. Like you can kind of like flick it, tap it, and nothing. I feel nothing there. So, but honestly,
That's
because
weird.
I don't feel I don't feel pain. So I don't think about the physical part as much. I think it's more of the mental aspect of it, where I still feel like I had 3 kids. Like, that memory doesn't go away. So, I'm just kind of, I still feel like I have always been. But I'd love Brad to chime in as well, because I'm sure it's different from a men's perspective, but like from my own perspective, I think I just need time to get used to it. So, I'm sure that's not uncommon, but it just happened in November, and we're, towards nearing the end of March. So it's been 4 months, something like that.
No, I think we joked about it after that. We asked if your doctor removed your libido as well as everything else.
Oh.
So there was a few weeks there where I was a little worried that things were, changed permanently.
Oh my God.
A few weeks?
Yeah, a few weeks where, okay.
Like 2? How many weeks?
So
define weeks.
So they tell you can have sex at this point, okay? So we hit that point, and I wasn't like being a weirdo and pressuring for sex or anything.
Taking a lot more showers, I'm sure.
His conditioner is running out all the time.
Nice.
But I think over the next few weeks, it was, I don't know, like, help me out here.
I don't know. You can explain this all you want, sir. Yeah. Here's the thing. I had a major surgery. Period. Just like after you have a baby come out of your body, you have 6 weeks before you can have sex. Similarly, after a major surgery where they cut into you hip to hip, etc., 6 weeks. And the doctor gave me the go-ahead on a Tuesday or Wednesday, was my 4-week appointment. And he said, yep, you are good now to have sex. Excellent. So I go home and tell Brad that I have the green light. I think he wanted to have sex with the new boobs that same day, and he had to wait until Saturday. No. Like, this is
no.
If it's been a long time, our calendars are different,
Yes, I know, but you also
baby
know what
too was hard. I mean, but sometimes it's not just 6 weeks. Sometimes it's more, and then hormones are off, and so it's.
Tell us about hormones some more. Remy.
I'm just saying, it was hard for us.
In detail.
It was very difficult, after babies. And
oh my God, no shit.
Well, I mean, it's just normal. Well, I'm just saying. Well,
I think we need to talk about something else, because I don't know.
All right.
Season 2. Here's the thing.
We promise it's going to be a lot of fun, listener.
I know, right? I know. No, honestly, like, Remy and Brad, I get it. You guys are telling your truths, and it's just, I think that's why Reagan and I are just kind of being a little flippant about it, because obviously our bodies go through so much more shit than y'all do, and our bodies have more of those hormonal changes than you do. So it's like, oh, I'm so sorry that your feelings are hurt because you didn't have sex today. Like,
hey, but we love you guys. We respect what you've done. You're amazing. I mean,
you guys do respect us. You absolutely do. We're lucky to have husbands that truly do respect us, and you guys are not like, we're joking about it on the podcast, certainly, but I do fully believe that Brad knows that my body has gone through a ton of shit at this point, and Brad would do well by actually using his own words to tell me this, and not me saying how you feel. But I mean, I get it, but you guys also have to realize that our bodies have gone through so much, and then not only did my body go through having babies 3 times, then I also put my body through a surgery. Now, granted, that was my own doing. Brad had nothing to do with that decision. He supported me no matter what decision I went with. That was completely me. I wanted to zip myself back up. I had all sorts of other things that I wanted to fix and kind of get back to what I'm used to. So that was on me. But it just kind of feels like, damn, dude, be patient with
And I
me.
was patient. I was patient. And I was patient for and you got back to it. I would think within the next week or 2 after they gave you the go ahead. Yeah. And I think the only conflict or whatever we had was because it was the 2 to 3 weeks after that. Like you had the go ahead. We'd already had sex. And it was just your sex drive was just like bottomed out.
Oh, okay.
Like you it felt like you were like, I don't know what it was, but
yeah. I thought you were saying that I didn't have sex, but we had sex that weekend or whatever. But yeah. No, I was not at all feeling it. So no, I mean have someone cut into you hip to hip, and let's feel.
Yeah.
6 weeks afterwards, you're just not quite the same. You just kind of need a minute.
Even if you're not, operated on.
Yeah.
There might be a week or 2 that goes by as a female because of hormones.
Right.
That Remy reminded us that we have. Love you, mean it. But I think that just as much as your bodies feel this urge, right? Our bodies are going through literal, what's the most like rugby? I don't know. What's like a super aggressive game where it's like
rugby
it's
sounds
literally
right.
changing every minute. It could be changing from 1 minute to the next in a very aggressive way. And it's not like we choose that. It's not like we want that. We know that it's crazy.
Yeah.
But we're also not completely in charge all the time.
Right.
And then add a surgery on top of it.
That's what this podcast is for, though. It is just us men, we're a little slow, but we're trying, and we're hoping our listeners are also trying. And, I think getting the perspective of, all right, this is kind of what the guy's feeling, which, we're giving honest opinions here, but also it's going to help a lot of our listeners to understand maybe from their partner's perspective better. And it might be easier for them to hear from you guys like, hey, this is how it really is, than their partner, because the emotions are so high. And if someone's feeling neglected and somebody's feeling like misunderstood, where really the goal is to understand each other. And I think, at least from the guy's perspective, for you to understand that I might be horny one day, that means the world to me, that you understand and you care. Just like for me, my goal is to understand where she's at, help her normalize, but obviously timetables are not always on our timetable, but it's being there for you guys where you're at. But we a lot of times need more communication to know, hey, this is where I'm at and this is what I actually need. Because, sometimes we don't read that as well as I wish we did.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? I mean,
Remy,
just from a listener perspective.
So you guys have a weird situation where you've been away for a while and then you came back. So were y'all like crazy hooking up for a while, or?
Oh my god!
Look at the face. Look at the face.
I already know
say
the
everything.
answer to that.
What's the frequency since y'all got back together?
Look at her face. I mean, she's
Although
just like...
you knew that question was coming, girl.
That's such a boy thing to ask.
It's what everyone wants to know.
Are you like totally having sex all the time? Like,
that's what this podcast is all about.
But Reagan, he gave you a sex toy.
All right, Addie. That is not necessary.
We talked about that.
Hold on a second.
We talked about that.
Before we get there,
we talked about that.
You did like it once you tried it.
No. Let's rewind. Okay.
The move-in toy.
For the record.
I mean, I thought that
The
was awful
move-in
kind.
toy.
Hey, you moved.
For the record.
I've got you a home welcoming gift. I wasn't around, so
I
here's a
love my
friend.
husband. He's an amazing person. And he cares about my pleasure. And that is a gift.
Right.
Because I know there are so many men, so many husbands that don't care about their wives or their partner's pleasure.
Right, right.
So the fact that my husband is willing to like research various types of sex toys to ensure that I am experiencing pleasure is a gift. 1,000,000%. But it does sometimes make me scratch my head because when he was going to be out of town for a long stretch of time, he sent me a gift. And I was like, that's kind of sweet. He sends me a gift. It's a sex toy. Like, oh, baby, I know you're going to miss me so bad while I'm gone. So I know this won't be the same, but please take this and remember me and think of me.
Exactly what I was thinking.
Yes, Remy, we know.
No, sir. No, sir.
Wait, hold on.
Sir.
Was it like one that you could like get on your phone and like
No, that
control
would
it?
have been cool though. That would have been great.
Okay, was it like one that was like molded from your penis?
Ooh, even better.
So none of those.
Can you get that? Is that a thing?
Only,
Is that a real
yes,
thing?
it's a real thing. It's a real thing.
We're sponsored by cloneawilly.com.
Yeah.
Little Brad. Brad and little
How do
Remy.
you know it's little? What if Brad is above average?
It's a little.
Medium Brad.
I'm not saying it's little, but it's like you, but like
it's life size.
Different version. Yes.
What if we get the Brad XL? I mean, I don't know.
Okay, fine. Does that make you feel better? The Brad XL, the Remy XXL. Is that what
I'm not XXL by any means.
Remy,
We'll go medium large.
Toy?
Medium.
Remy, what toy did you buy her?
Who knows?
Reagan,
who knows?
This was your first episode that you were on was Toy Story. So you are our resident toy expert, we'll say. And I think before we move on with toys, we do need to talk about the loss of a dear loved one that occurred the past month or so.
No.
We all know one of our dear friends, Mr.
Old Faithful.
Hitachi.
No.
I'll let her tell the story. It was amazing.
You have just lost a subscriber.
But our listeners know the Hitachi it's part of
Old Faithful.
our thing.
The OG, the original plug into the wall.
What
Hitachi.
happened?
We've been through a lot together.
Wore it out, huh?
We lived a lot of life.
How many orgasms do you think?
Oh my
provided?
God.
Good question.
Put little notches in
Good
it.
question.
Part of the eulogy should include the stats.
That should.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I don't know. I'd have to think
Do you think it
about
was 1 per week? 2 per week?
No, this thing had hundreds, dude.
I mean, like, how, like...
Okay, hold on.
We can figure this out. You think about when you bought it, and then you think on average how many...
Let's just say for, like, let's lowball it for fun.
Right.
Let's say 20, let's say 30 a year. Right? 30 a year.
Because you may not use it for every occasion.
Exactly.
Right.
We have others, but this was the primary. And then some on your own.
When did we get it? Like 2017?
Yeah, there's some on your own, some together.
2017.
So yeah,
it
had a good life.
2025?
A long life. Yeah, 8 years.
That's amazing.
100 and let's say round up 200. No, that's not right.
Hold on.
Is that right?
We're talking about the Hitachi Magic Wand, right?
Yeah, the one that plugs
into
the
one
wall.
that plugs in, though. Yeah.
And y'all had a plug-in that
one.
lasted damn near 8 years.
Yeah.
That's probably like almost 10.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Impressive.
These things were built, man, the old school ones.
They don't make them like that anymore.
So remember, I was going to upgrade her, and I bought her the one that recharges with the silicone head.
You did upgrade. You did.
And she likes the old school, man.
I do like
back
it.
in the day.
It's a different
vibe.
Of vibration. It's just different. And I spilt what did I even spill? I spilled something and it was in my drawer. I think it was a glass of wine. I think it was a glass of wine.
Oh, so it's user error. It's not Hitachi's fault. So if Hitachi's listening, it's not you guys.
No, we are not going to blame
You broke
the good people on Hitachi. No, I spilled wine and it was in my drawer. And I guess some of the liquid got up in the thingamajig. And the next time I tried to use it.
No, set the scene. Set the scene. It was dark.
It was dark.
We were doing our thing.
And a literal spark flew across the
room. No.
In a dark room,
serious?
man. It was freaky.
Oh my God.
Like, we could have burned the house down, honestly.
I mean, it was like...
And then...
My God.
Can you
imagine if the firefighters showed up and they're like, ma'am, this was the cause of your entire house burning down, and it was your Hitachi.
It's your goddamn vibrator, you pervert.
Ba-boom! I mean, it was loud, too.
No, they're looking at Remy like, good for you.
Yeah. They'll find other things in that drawer, too. So
no, I never told Remy this, but I used it one time in between that, so I thought it was okay. Like, I thought it just got wet and dried out.
You could have burned your cuckoo.
I did.
That's going to be the clip. You could have burned your cuckoo.
Hold on.
What the?
Who calls it a cuckoo?
Cuckoo.
No one,
but it just came out.
You could have burned your cuckoo.
I did not burn my cuckoo, but I don't think I finished.
So when you're just girls, if you're listening,
let me finish.
Just 1 second. Just before I forget this, if you at least tell your man you used it, he's going to be so proud of you. He's not going to be jealous.
I told you just now.
I'm proud of you, baby. I am so proud. You did so good.
But I wasn't doing it for you. I was doing it for me. So I don't
need
to tell you because I was doing it for myself and not for you.
I'm just so proud of you for doing it for you.
But I don't need to verbalize. I don't need to communicate that.
But it means a lot to me if you do. That's all I'm saying.
But I'm telling you now.
Yeah. That's good.
So just be glad you know now.
Well, I do. I'm very glad. All right, sorry. Go ahead.
Anyways, so we tried to use it again another time, and then a spark went flying across the room, and I was like, R.I.P.
No.
R.I.P. Old Faithful. That's what we called her, Old Faithful.
My gosh.
So it was a sad moment. So
she always.
I've been doing some research to see kind of who is the next, which is going to be the next Old Faithful.
Do you not have enough toys in her drawer?
We do.
Because I'm trying to upgrade.
Yeah.
He always wants to upgrade.
So I've been researching a Fun Factory Vim. It's supposed to be very rumbly. Or the Doxy. I'm thinking about upgrading to the Doxy.
And how did you research this?
I reached out to a sex toy expert who we may have on the show at some point. I'm promising.
And how does your wife feel about you reaching out to a female?
It's all for your pleasure.
It's for the show, baby. All my huge suburban sex salary is dependent on me making connections in the industry. I think my salary is negative $100 a year.
Negative.
Don't you think that you should at least say, "Hey, wife, for your pleasure,
right?
I am going to reach out to a sex toy review person."
Well, part of it was
Remy. No,
you know this now.
You're right. I just looked up
best. Thank the Lord! Look how quickly we got there.
Vibrators, and then this review came up, and then they were on Instagram like, "Hey, which of these two you think would be best if my partner, my wife, loves the Hitachi original?" And she's like, "Oh, need to think on that." And she asked some questions, and I answered, and then she was like, this one you're looking at is actually rumblier, and not in the way that I think your wife will like. So maybe you should look at this one. So I love the advice. That was pretty great. So I thought, man, she'd be perfect on the podcast because
Reagan,
she understands.
Do you remember when you said it's a blessing that your husband is so focused on your pleasure?
Yes, we're going to make it work. One way or the other.
It is. However, communication in this was lacking.
Right. I would say
Because
so.
I feel like
I also got her a toy for her birthday,
yeah,
which is
yeah,
coming up, and
yeah,
now she ruined
yeah,
the surprise.
yeah. No. He was like, oh, I don't even know how it came up, but somehow it came up. And he was like, oh, I got you a new toy for your birthday. And I was like, don't you wrap that shit and give it to
No.
me on
No,
my birthday?
No.
she gave me a
Remy.
list.
Don't even give it to me the
Stop it.
same week as my
Stop it.
birthday.
No.
No, I'm
She
not
gave me a
stopping it.
list of things she wanted for her birthday. I definitely got one of the things on the list. I got another thing that wasn't on the list that she is going to need and doesn't even know she wants. And then this was the cherry on top because
You need to get me another present
denied.
then.
All right, so she wants 3 for each sex toy.
You need to give me another
baby, I'll get you
present
another one.
of something you know
Okay,
I want.
All right,
Reagan,
I'll make that happen, baby. You
can I
deserve
tell
it.
you? I have to brag on Brad. This year was the best year he has given me presents for my birthday, and I don't think that it has gotten better than this. But Remy, listen up. He not only got me. And I asked for nothing. I had no list. Every time he asked me for like, what do you want for your birthday? He knows I'm going to say, I don't know. Because I will buy whatever I want for myself. I always do. He got me a gift card to a spa. So I'm going to get like a facial or something. And then we talked about going to some concert. And now we get to go to the concert. And it's like a weekend away. So we're doing like a weekend concert. So he gets something out of it too, because it's a date weekend, staycation type of thing. But I must say, Brad, well done. And like,
Thank you. Thank you.
Taking
For our
notes.
listeners-
Reagan's birthday's coming. So.
For our listeners, I just want to remind you that applause comes straight from Brad. He does all
Don't
of the buttons.
minimize our studio audience. They're
Yeah.
here to.
Every button that can be pressed is what Hot Tub Brad is pressing.
They're here for us.
It would be
But
awesome
anyway.
if we could give these controls to a listener at some point, just to mess with Brad.
I know, right? But truly, like a sex toy for your wife should only be a gift if she has asked for it.
Thank you.
Well, I'm sure that's
Otherwise,
not the
it
only
is
gift
for
he's
you.
getting.
I know, but otherwise it feels like it's for you because of that E word. Do we remember our favorite E word or our least favorite E word from season 1? Listeners? Expectations. Like, Remy, if you're giving your wife a sex toy for her birthday, what is the expectation that comes with that? That you're going to use it.
She will use it, and hopefully
Yes,
it
that
will
she
help
will use it.
her world replace Old Faithful.
You think that I need help. I don't need help.
She's like,
But wait,
buy
hold
my
on.
own sex toys.
Oh, can I interject here? So your old vibrator died. Yes, we established
Tachi.
that.
Yeah.
And he got you
I have a bunch more.
R.I.P.
But I have a
And this
bunch
was a
more.
new one that he replaced with that one?
I have a bunch more in my drawer.
But like
But
this one died and then he got you the new one?
I have other ones.
Right.
So many others.
Right.
I'm not lacking.
But
that one was my favorite.
Sure.
But he didn't get me a new one of the same one.
I got her
He
an
got me
upgrade.
what's supposed to be an upgrade, but that never, like, upgrades don't work. I don't have a problem with the fact that he bought it, but I don't love that he's like, oh, it's one of your birthday presents. I don't want that for my
But
birthday.
wait, he got you other presents, right?
I don't know. My
That
birthday's
wasn't-
in a week.
It's coming.
And a half.
It's
But
coming
you
up.
weren't
So
listening.
I haven't
told
opened
you.
it yet.
There's one thing
But I don't
from
want
your
that on my
list,
birthday.
and there's something else that you don't even know you want.
You have to get me something else you know that I want.
Remy, why does she know about the new vibrator?
Because she
Yeah.
saw
'Cause
me
it came up.
texting the sex toy expert saying, who are you messaging? And I was like, here. And then, but then she spoiled the surprise.
Okay. All right.
But
well,
it
okay,
doesn't even have to be for your birthday. No matter what, if I buy you a toy, I don't want you knowing about it till you open it.
I'm sure he wasn't
Remy.
like giving it to you, expecting you to like, oh, let me just jam it in. This is awesome.
Yeah, he kind of was.
Eh, I doubt that.
Maybe like not on the spot.
He's a
Not
classy
on the
gent.
spot.
Classy.
I don't think he's gonna like.
Not like at dinner.
Excuse me,
Not at
girls.
the-
We need to
Not
go
at
into
the
the other
Uncle
room.
Julio's over a chocolate pinata.
Right. Oh, thank God I have this now. Let me get off immediately.
And I love you, my husband. And I love that he wants me to enjoy it. But me enjoying it is directly tied to him enjoying and having a fulfilled sex life. So it always feels like there's a little bit of a...
Yes.
So for all our listeners who've been
It's back
trying
for
to get the
him.
courage to buy their partner a sex toy, now they're all like,
Don't
"You can't
give
ever
it
do
to
it."
them on their
No,
birthday.
Remy, it's just it should not be a birthday present is all she's saying for her.
It wasn't.
That doesn't mean it's for everyone. Yes, it is.
He got
honey.
found out before
Yes,
her
it
birthday.
is.
He's still going to give it to me on her
He's
birthday.
giving it
and
to
I don't
her
want it.
on her birthday.
Okay,
here's
but
what
it was going to be in addition to other birthday presents.
Correct.
No, she doesn't
other
want it on her
things were the
birthday.
present. Okay, so I'll give it to you before. Whenever it comes in,
I
I
think
don't know when it's going to get here.
if you gave that to me, or like, I just think like when you give me those things, it's not a gift. It's something for us to experience and try together, but I don't consider that a present.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't love that it's presented as a present because it doesn't feel like
You
a
can
present.
buy me
It's
a
not like,
present
oh, you're
anytime
giving me
you
this
want.
gift where I can
Hold
pleasure
on.
myself.
Hold
I
on.
can go buy and do what I need to do.
Yeah.
Am I hearing this
if and when I
wrong?
need to do it.
It was not a birthday present.
Yes,
it was
it
something
is.
it was something
It
she
is.
found out about before her birthday.
But it would have been a
For
birthday
a
present
birthday
if I hadn't
present.
found out about it.
Yeah, it was a birthday present.
In addition to her birthday presents.
What?
Yeah.
He's like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. It wasn't the main present, so it doesn't count.
I know it's still a birthday present.
If you get
Brad,
10
honey,
presents
I'm
and a
with her
sex
on
toy,
this.
that's okay. As long as
So when
it's
is he supposed to give it to her?
not on the
When it
birthday.
comes in,
'cause
or just like a good night where he's like, hey,
Just on a random night. Yeah.
yeah, a random night.
What about the
Yeah.
song?
Or we're gonna be like,
But isn't there
Birthday
expectation after that?
yeah, but that's the expectation's already there because you already know you're gonna be having sex.
Well, the song goes, it's all about the birthday sex. You know, you want it to be a good night.
Yeah, I didn't even have birthday sex this birthday.
I'm sorry.
That was another thing that Brad.
Next year,
I'm not sorry.
You can
That's
do
the
it
thing.
twice. to make up.
I'm not sorry, Remy. This is like exactly. This is
What did we
another
do
part
on
of
your
life that
birthday?
happens. It was a
What was your-
Tuesday, so of course I didn't have sex on
Yeah.
my birthday.
What
I'm
did we
like,
do? Did we go out?
no, we stayed in. It was a Tuesday. I worked. You worked. We had kids home for dinner. I blew out a candle on a cupcake, and we took the kids to do a bath. And no, I'm not going to have sex on a Tuesday.
So for all our listeners, we actually still really do like each other. It may not be coming across
This
here,
is
but
the reality.
I know.
Remy.
I'm just saying, season 2, we're off the rails, and sometimes we are off the rails, and that's okay. But we actually do really like each other.
Well,
Just in
I
case.
mean, I feel like that is embedded in the fact that we are willing to have a podcast with each other.
True,
So
true.
we absolutely like each other. We love each other, but we are like this is life, and
This is real life.
This is just us. We're midlife. I hate to say it that because I really wish that was not the case because I feel like I'm 28 still.
You do?
Yes.
'Cause I feel like I'm 58.
Girl, no, don't do that.
I need to get some of your vitamins.
No.
I don't feel like I'm 15. I just always feel so tired.
Yeah.
I don't like feeling tired.
Yeah.
It's exhausting to feel tired.
It
all
is.
the time.
It is. I will joke with Brad. I'll be like, Mama tired. You're listening to Suburban Sex with Addie and Remy.
Welcome to Suburban Sex.
That was amazing.
Oh my God. Can that be our intro now?
So what kind of things do we want to do on this next season of Suburban Sex?
I mean, every year is a season of marriage, a season of life, and a season of us trying to make our own marriage and sex life better than the year before. We also know that life happens, so we're just gonna kind of I don't know. I would love to continue to bring back some of our guests from last year because they're also trying to build their sex lives and they're trying new things. And a lot of them were so excited to be on a sex podcast, and maybe that's inspired them to do more. So I think we'll hear back from some of our favorite podcast friends this season, but I don't know. We've got to just keep talking about it and making it a thing where it's not so scary to make it work, to make it part of our conversation.
I'd also love to hear from, if there's specific listeners, if you could just kind of tell us, are you a single girl, a single man, married couple? Tell us about your situations because we want to make
single ladies. Let us hear from you.
No.
We just want to know kind of what are.
Do not email my man.
The demographic of who our listeners
what up,
are.
Remy? What up, Remy?
Well, obviously from our logo,
WTF?
we thought this podcast was really going to be aimed at wives. So I just was curious, is that the case? Is it couples listening?
No.
Or is it just the husbands trying to learn how to be better?
We're aware of some couples listening.
Still no.
Reagan does not even us. Tell us about your complaints, my love.
No, I'm just saying you said husbands, and I said I still think no. I don't know that a lot of husbands are listening.
I know. I don't think y'all's friends are.
I wish they would.
Who's listening? Anybody?
We know of husbands that we can count on one hand that are listening. Right?
Okay, so who's listening? So is it wives?
No. They're not looking for a podcast
so it's not
that has the word sex.
It's not wives. Who is?
I know. Dirty old men.
Hey.
Or dirty young men.
Hey. They're not dirty. They're the listeners.
That's right.
We're gonna cut that out. We're gonna cut that part out.
Yes, we will.
Yeah, we're not gonna call her. That's what we're gonna. They're gonna be like our dirty little men.
Because those dirty old men listeners are going to be the paying listeners when we start our OnlyFans.
Yeah.
It's like the Swiftie
and then we can buy
Suburban
Corvettes for everyone on the podcast.
I am willing to show my feet. That's it.
Only feet.
I'll totally show. Ooh, we should do an OnlyFans with our feet.
Yes.
That's what we've talked about.
God, girl, yes.
She's way behind. We were talking about putting you guys on Only Feet and seeing if we could buy an RV or something.
Can I write off my pedicures?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Would you guys do a show where there is a camera on your feet the whole time?
Yes.
While we're having sex?
No.
While we're recording the show, but if you
that would be bonus content, but we would charge extra for that.
Subscribers and pay an extra fee for that one.
No. But y'all have like a camera on each pair of feet while we're talking.
On each boob and each foot.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I kind of think that would be our highest rated episode.
I would do that.
I would totally do that. You could do that. As long as my face is not showing.
While we're having sex or while we're recording?
I mean, I feel like she's open to both.
It sounded
she
that
asked
way.
the question.
Okay. I don't know. I didn't think people would be interested in seeing my feet, but now as I think about it, I'm like, I'm doing a lot of things with my feet as I talk.
Well, while we're on the subject, are you considering having a camera on your feet while you're having sex? Is that what went through your mind?
What if we could buy an RV?
I think that I didn't think about anyone else paying for my feet video unless we were having sex.
Well, to be honest,
I don't know the market for feet.
You don't.
And I haven't seen your feet, so I can't say for sure. But
yeah,
they're pretty cute.
I think if you used a toy rather than us having sex, that would probably be the highest grossing.
Probably.
Thing.
I do a lot of things with my feet when I use my toy.
What?
No, like
come again.
Well, so I need to go to the foot of the bed next time.
My feet are very
Expressive.
active.
Yeah.
Yes,
Things are
that's
happening.
Mm-hmm.
She's a dancer.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean by that?
Like toes
They're
curl.
So it's a toe curling thing.
Yeah, it's a toe curling thing
Okay.
and a flexing.
All right.
You got to subscribe to the channel to
That's
know
all I'm
for
gonna
sure,
say.
Brad. I mean,
This will be a OnlyFans premium
Exclusive.
you
subscription.
VIP.
gotta pay for that one.
Mm-hmm.
It's worth it, guys. It's worth it.
I don't know. TBD.
TBD.
It sounds like it's on the table.
It's on the table for sure.
Not on the table.
Remy, are you into feet?
No, it's never been my thing. But now I'm gonna figure this out. I don't think there is
He's
an only
he's
feet.
Googling it now, Reagan, just so you know.
Oh, there
No,
it
I see
is.
him. I see him with Google. I literally see him doing it
Only
right now on camera.
feet.
If
Buy
any
and
of you would
sell
like
feet.
to declare yourself as a foot fetishist, this
We
is the
should do
time
it
to do
now.
it.
This is the time. That's correct.
No,
We're in a
Everyone raise your hand.
safe space.
Raise your hand.
I'm not anti feet, but I'm not. It's not my thing. You know, some people it like.
He's a
Sit there.
vagina.
What do you mean not?
man.
What do you
does
mean
that
not anti feet?
Well, there are some people like, oh, feet. I've never touched feet. You know, I'm not like that.
Yeah.
I like her
So
feet, but
you-
it's not
you
like
would
my
touch
fetish, though.
feet.
Absolutely.
You would have some fun with feet.
I'll rub her feet. And, you know, I don't mind if her feet
he would
touch
let
me.
my feet touch his penis for sure.
Oh, it's
So you would
Okay.
you would take the feet and have sex with them.
no, but she's gotten me started that way.
Yeah, like for a minute, like a couple minutes, but not like that would be hard to do the whole time.
You
That
think
would
you
be
got
very
the stamina for a foot job?
Oh my god, it's called a foot job.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you would place the panoose between the feet.
News.
Oh my god.
Just jerk it slowly with both feet.
Yeah.
You know, it's good
Well,
exercise. I'm
but
sure.
it's hard because especially
I've never done this.
I especially if you have like an arch or something, like it's hard to like in your foot, an arch in your foot.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So there's like
Oh my god, I had no idea this is where tonight's conversation would go.
No one did.
Foot fucking.
Your foot.
I think men in general will put their penis in or beside or next to any female body part if y'all will let us.
True.
Okay.
Reagan,
Okay.
you do look prettier in that view. I don't know. You look good right there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you
girl.
gonna try out that new toy tonight?
Yes. Absolutely.
High five.
I just gotta get a video for the foot. I got get the tripod, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you dare.
You guys have a tripod?
Of course.
Of course he does. Have you met him?
When was the
iPhone.
last time you guys used the tripod?
Been too long. Maybe
That
tonight.
means like 6 days.
No.
Oh my gosh, truer words have never been spoken.
My
Well,
goodness.
maybe
The
I should
girls'
ask
club.
Reagan. Reagan, when was the last time a tripod was involved in your lovemaking?
Probably 7 years.
Oh.
What?
7 years?
What do you mean what? We don't do it at all.
Why do I need that?
Well,
I know.
Remy made it sound like it was, not that long, right?
I don't know if
7
we're
years?
talking about the
Everything.
same thing.
A tripod?
A tripod,
To put the
Being-
camera on.
Yeah.
a
I
tripod
know what a tripod
recording.
Oh man.
I'm not an
Oh,
idiot.
man.
Remy,
why do you
tell your wife what a tripod is.
Please mansplain it to me. Please, will you? I need a big strong
She's a
man
woman,
like
you gotta tell her.
me what a
Remy, why do you think it was sooner? You're acting like
No,
it
he
was
didn't say
than
sooner. He
that.
said it's been too long.
No.
I
She
just
said
got-
But
7
it-
years.
It was right before we moved to California.
You moved to
So
California?
that's not
Okay.
7 years.
So what's that, 2 years?
No.
Yeah, something like
That's
that.
3.5.
3. something
Okay,
like
but
that.
like before that one time was 7 years ago.
Well, I've got one ready to go tonight. We'll aim it, put wherever you want it aimed.
I
So
think
how about
I'm
that?
breaking up. I need to go.
Oh no, we can't hear her anymore.
It's going to a bad section.
You look too cute to go away like that.
Can I do a Zach Morris timeout?
Do it.
Absolutely.
I have to put the girls to bed. They're tired.
Do it.
They're still awake?
Do it.
God
they're
almighty,
older than our
put your kids to bed.
kids.
You can put my
They're
kids
older
to
than
bed,
our
Brad.
kids.
You can put them to bed.
I know.
I will not put your kids
Okay,
to bed.
well, then don't give me shit about it.
I'd be the worst of that.
No, he has no idea
Honestly,
what it like.
that'd be hysterical.
He does not. I know it'd be kind of funny.
That'd be
I
awesome.
would pay you money to put my kids to bed just to see how terrible
That
you
would be.
That would be.
They would be so
pretty
shocked.
bad.
But I don't want to
They'd
put my
be
kids
horrified.
through that at the same time.
You don't want to put your kids through.
But it would be hilarious. Like that would be like some comedy gold, honestly.
We'd videotape
Yeah.
it,
Okay.
but only his feet.
Oh,
It's like a little
shit.
foot camera. It's like attached to your leg, and it's just like
While he's yelling.
and just see like how angry his feet look while he's yelling.
Don't mess with my feet.
Like I want to see how angry your feet look, Brad.
Now she got a foot thing.
Only angry feet.
If only I could make money off my feet, because they are pristine.
Let me see them. Put them up to the camera.
Oh shit! Now
Prove
she wants
it.
to see some feet.
Prove it.
Give me your best shot. Hit me with your
Shit,
best
my
shot.
wife wants to see your feet.
Go put your
man.
kids down and I'll show you.
No.
Oh my
We'll do it now.
god.
Damn.
Do it now.
It's already
Prove it.
late.
It is late. Just show me.
It's late. When she goes, she's gone. I know
Yeah,
Is
that.
that true?
Probably.
Yes, of course. It's late.
No, I think so. Let me see your feet. Ooh.
Are we recording this?
Oh my
baby.
god, Brad's feet are fully on display.
See?
Rotating the chair.
Flawless.
I just think like we should like show pictures of our feet, but also that wouldn't make sense because like they would know the girls' feet because we have toenail polish, and ours will be cuter.
Obviously.
Okay. I gotta put these children to bed.
Do it.
Do I need to say any, or do we need a adios? Are we good?
We probably should do an adios of some sort, but
We'll wrap up, but you can
I can be
wrap
here
up or not.
Okay.
yeah, we can probably make it happen either way.
If you're here, you're here. If you're not, love you.
Love you.
Honey, are you okay?
Mwah, mwah.
Do you feel like we were too opposed to each other? I know she's tired.
Who's that?
That's one of the kids.
Who's that? Yeah. It's 9.
But anyway, are you okay?
No, I just I've seen Brad's feet. Now I'm just not quite sure how to process.
Okay. All right. You ready to go to bed? Let's
Good
go to
luck
bed.
tonight, Reagan. Good luck.
Addie, what kind of fun things do you want to do this year? I know we talked about on this next season of Suburban Sex that we may not drop episodes every week. The length may not necessarily be the same. We're going to kind of change up our model just a little bit, be a little bit more loose.
Loosey-goosey.
Loosey-goosey.
Yeah. I think our ultimate goal with this is to make sure we are continuing to talk about sex, and if that can help us improve our sex lives and help anyone else who's listening improve their sex lives and improve the communication that they're having with their partner. That's really all I want to get out of this. And we will chit chat with some of our old guests and some new guests. I think we have a lot of interesting folks to continue to chat with this new season. Some will be familiar and some won't, but I think it'll be just nice to continue this conversation and make sure that we're making it a priority for us. I think And maybe this is what Brad is kind of alluding to from the last few months. It has not been a priority for me, and I'm ready for us to kind of make this more of our conversation and continue it even with or without a podcast. Brad and I need to be talking about it, and same with the rest of our listeners too.
And I think that's the secret, is just being able to have those conversations and to be honest about what you want. Because a lot of times we have expectations about what we want, but none of us are really good at communicating what we want. We may think our partner knows, but sometimes they don't.
Yeah. We'll have to. I think it just takes practice, and it helps that we're talking about it. I hope to just make it feel like it's a little bit more natural and more open, that they can maybe talk about it with their spouse and partner too.
We're not necessarily making a bunch of money on this. We're not sponsored. We're not biased. I mean, I guess that's one of the cool things about our podcast, guys. I mean, we're not necessarily rolling in the dough for this. We're just trying to give back, and we hope you're having fun with it, because it's fun for us, and it's awesome when we hear from you guys too that we're actually making a difference. And we've heard from a few guests, but we'd love to hear from more if anybody wants to send us an email.
Yes, send us a note. What do you want to hear about? What should we be talking about? And if you are interested in being on the podcast and maybe having your spouse join as well, I think it should be a partnered effort. You hear us as partners talking about it too. So let's do it. Join us this season.
Well, everybody, thanks for joining us on another episode of Suburban Sex Season Dose. Season 2. It's awesome. Very excited that we're back in action. Anyway, everybody have a great week. Come send us a sexy story. Have a good night.